So what you're looking at is what's known as the 1023-EZ. This is the application that a person or organization will complete in order to ask for recognition as a 501c3. Notice the application is 1023-EZ, this particular application. That's also an application called 1023. But for this application right here, it's called the streamlined version of the 1023. It's a 1023-EZ. So what happens when you are logged in and you start the process of completing your application, the first thing you want to do is to check this box right here. You're checking this box right here to say that you have read through the instructions and that you do qualify for the EZ, the streamline. So let's check that box. Now, after that box, we come down to two questions they ask you. The first question is, have your annual gross receipt exceeded in any of the 3 years or projected 3 years, 50,000? This way you put no, because in order to qualify, you have to say that, look, we just getting started. So no, we don't have 50,000. So you put down no. The other thing you want to do is they ask you the total assets, meaning buildings and things of that nature. And they ask you if it's more than 250,000. Well, of course it's no, because you're just getting started. You don't have no assets. On the other hand, if you had assets of 200,000 or more in terms of buildings or money or whatever the case might be, then you would have to do what's known as the 1023.
Which is a
now,
long
once
form.
we get the, I'm sorry.
Which is a long form.
Which is a long form, right. So once we get through that, now it begins to ask your ordinary identification. This is where you put the name of your nonprofit, your address, your city, your state, and your zip code. Then it's going to ask for the EIN number. You want to put down 12 months when you come to item number 3 on line. That item number 3, you want to put down 12 months. Basically what you're saying, you go by the calendar year, and the calendar year ends on 12/31 of that particular year, the last day of the year. Now, some for-profit organization might say the 8th month or the 6th month. They might have different times that they do theirs. But for the purpose of nonprofits, it tend to be calendar year from January the 1st to December the 31st of that year. Then you want to put down your name because you're the person who is a contact person. Then you want to put down your contact information in terms of your telephone. Right here is they let you know that the fee is $275. You pay that once we get to the last cycle of the application. And then we begin to talk about your board of directors. This is where you put down the names, addresses, and positions of all of your board of directors. You put down the name, the last name, the title, the address, the city, the state, and the zip code. And you do that for all of your board of directors. Moving down.
One question.
Good.
Do I have to pay at the end of filling out this application, yes, or do I print it out?
Yeah, that's gonna be $275.
I mean, do I print this out and then send it in? Or
No. When we go online and we get to that point, you're gonna go to what they call pay now. And that's when they're gonna ask you to put in your financial information, your credit card, and everything like that for you to submit it.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything is done online. This application is online. That's why when we go to your application, all this is gonna be blank, but you're gonna start filling it in. Okay, so once we answers or preliminary information related to the addresses of the board of directors and other related information, we get down to part 2, which is structure. You want to click corporation, because that's what you want to apply for.
Okay.
Then they're going to ask you to check this box to say that your structure of your organization is consistent with what IRS is looking for. So you're going to check this box right here, because that's part of your articles of incorporation to show that you in fact did assess that your organizing documents are consistent with the structure above. So you're going to put yes right there. Then they're going to ask you the date of incorporation. That's based on the date that the state of Florida recognized you as a nonprofit. You remember that package you got back from the state related to your nonprofit? That should be a stamp, and that stamp is going to be the date that they officially recognize you.
Okay.
Okay. Now, that being said, then you want to come down to item number 4 in part 2. You want to put down the state, which is Florida.
Okay.
This is important. When you get down to box number 5, you want to check this box, because what you're saying, again, is that your organizing documents contain the limitation clause. If you look at your articles of incorporation, you're going to find there's a clause there, and that clause meets the requirement of this particular request. So you click this box. Then the next box on the 6, you say, click this box to attest that your organization especially does not engage in anything other than your nonprofit work. In other words, that you don't try to influence politicians or anything of that nature. So you check that box.
Okay.
And then we come down, hold up, I'm moving this a little bit too fast. Then we come down to box 7. In this box right here, you want to click the box, because you want to attest that your organizing documents contains a dissolution provision. If you look at your articles of incorporation, it's going to be a clause that's called dissolution. That clause in your article of incorporation basically says that if for any reason the organization shall dissolve itself, that everything in your organization either go to a church or a faith community, that it goes to either the government or it goes to another nonprofit, that everything in a nonprofit goes to another entity. And it, like, for example, you can't split it up with the board members and say, hey, you know, that's a no-no. And that's why they put that in the clause.
Gotcha.
Okay, now let's move on. And they're going to ask you to put down the purpose of your organization. Now, you can easily go to your articles of incorporation, come down to the line where it says purpose, cut and paste it right here.
Okay.
Okay, you just cut and paste right here. In your case, the ETEE code is going to be 020. No, S2. No, we're going to look at the code after we finish this right here. Okay. So let's follow up on this right here, and then we're going to go look at the code to make sure. So we come down to item number 3, and this is where you click charitable organization, as opposed to religion or education. You want to let them know that you apply as a 501c3 charitable organization. Okay, moving on, we come down to item 4. Before we get to item 4, any questions?
No, sir, I think I got it.
Good. And so item 4 is just making sure. And you want to click this box right here It's making sure that you're not doing any of this stuff right here, which is prohibited. Like, for example, supporting any particular candidate for office and no other things that are prohibited. So you want to check this box here to say that all these items right here, you know, and you will not do it.
Gotcha.
Now we come down to number 5. You're going to put down no, because they're asking you if you plan to influence any legislation. That's a no-no. Then number 6, they're going to say, do or will you pay compensation to any of your officers, directors, or trustees? That's a no also, because the only person that should be paid on the board of directors is the CEO president. The board members should not be paid unless it's a for-profit. When you're a for-profit, you can pay your board members. Okay. Then the next question is, do or will you donate the funds to pay expenses of individuals? No.
No.
The whole thing is about serving your clientele. So it's not you're not helping individuals per se. You're helping people that's in your program.
Mm-hmm.
Do or will you conduct activities or provide grants or anything of that nature? That's a no. Your purpose is to get grants and to do services, provide the services for your organization. Do or will you engage in financial transactions with board members or anything of that nature? That's a no. That is, for example, let's say a board member had a house they want to sell, and they say, "Hey, look, I sell you a house, and you're a nonprofit. I sell it to you for cheap." That's a financial transaction. That's a no-no.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then we come down to number 10. Did or will you have unrelated business activities over $1,000? And this should be a no. In other words, all the money that's coming in and all of the fundraisers that you're doing is for the purpose of your organization. Okay, let's continue on. Did or will you operate any gaming activities? And you're going to say no. Don't get me wrong, some organizations do bingos. So if that's the case, they're going to put down yes, that, we're going to do bingo and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's continue on. And then did or will you operate, we discussed bingo already. And then the next question is, did or will you provide disaster relief? And that's a no.
No.
Okay, now moving on to part 5. It's going to ask your foundation classification. This is where we come down to 2. Box B, I'm sorry. Box B and box B, this is say that you plan to bring in money from grants as well as other types of funding in order to keep your organization sustainable. So again, that box should be B, 2B.
Okay, and number 1 is what? Is no?
Yeah, number 1 is a no, because that goes to saying that you're gonna accept money from public sources. You're gonna receive at least 1/3 of your support from public services, and at least 10% of your support will go from the public. So basically, this is like a foundation type of thing, because what you're saying is that we bringing in money.
Gotcha.
And that's why, we try to, position ourselves to be like a foundation type of thing, because we're giving out money. On the other hand, you want to be a nonprofit, you want money. Yes. So that means that 1/3 of your, as opposed to 10%, 1/3 of your income is going to be coming from the public. Whereas only 10% with this the particular entity right here. Okay. So you definitely want to put part number 2.
Number 2.
Or B. And C, well, you're not trying to be a college or a university, but if you were, you would click C. Okay? And then you don't need to click this box because you've already say yes. But if you didn't answer 1, A, B, C, then you would click this for D. And then you put your name in, your position, and the date. Okay, I'm gonna come out of this and we're gonna look at what is the code that you need for your organization. I think it's S20. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there you go. Now, when you go here, you see what you're doing? Now, make sure when you go there and one application on time, you go there, but when you go there, make sure you put in a secret question. See, if you put in a secret question, every time you go here, you don't have to keep on going back to your email.
Okay.
So go into the, oh, did you have a secret question?
Yeah.
Okay, now go to secret question, click on secret question.
Secret question, boom.
Yeah, and then type in your secret question.
Oh. Favorite team, basketball team, the Warriors.
Excellent.
Wait a minute, let me see. Can you see what I'm typing in? Oh. Verify. Okay.
There you go. Now, let me move this screen out the way. Save your password. Now go to my account.
My account.
Be at the top, right? Click.
Okay.
Now click my forms.
My forms.
Okay. Now click. Okay. Now this. Okay. Go all the way to the top. Right here. Do you see my screen? No. Go all the way to the top where it says search. And type in 1023.
Search 1023. Search.
Okay, click search. Now, let me tell you what happened. Because when I asked you to click the first time, you didn't have a file on file. Now we're going to get you to get that file on file. Now, here's what I want you to do. There are two options that you have. One is the 1023 long form. The other one is called the 1023 streamline.
Okay, that's the easy.
Yes, exactly. Click that. Now you want to go to continue to this form. Now we want to start filling out the application. The first thing you want to do is click the top button here. Yeah, that's right. Click that button.
That box. No.
Good. No. You remember. Good. Good.
Name the organization, new image. New image. New image, community development. Incorporation. Inc. What else am I doing here? Let me see. Oh. One, two. Say I go to name. Put my name, right? Okay, name, boom. Oh, the address. Sorry.
Yeah.
Address is 3853. 3 Northdale. Boulevard. Suite. Three one oh. City. Tampa. State. Florida. Full identification number. L. My EIN number is 88 dash 12243 44 24 344. Got it. Got you. Month and 12. Number, please verify. Okay, okay, that's correct. Month tax year ends. Month is 12. 12 months, right?
Good, good.
And then we go to my name, person contact. Need more information. That would be me. Telephone number. Number 727.
It's probably in there. Is that the number right? Yeah, you can. Good.
Okay, 7781, 86, fax number 675, Charles Smith, Tampa. And that's my home address.
Yeah, put down your home address.
Okay, yes, Noville is already in there. 56.
Yeah, because when you start typing and everything, and when you start typing in, it starts to catch that information. So when you click against the next box, if it's telephone, it's always going to bring up the telephone because that's what it sees that you typing in.
Gotcha. Now I'm going to the names. Charles Smith, my title.
Right. Make sure you put down CEO president. Space
president.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next one, name.
Yeah. Next board member.
Colleen. Director. Director. Walton. T-O-N. Title. Director. Let's see, street address. Well, there it is. Yeah. That is 1665. 1665 Falkland. Falkland Road. Falkland. Road, east. City. Jacksonville. Real State, Florida. Zip code should be 32221. 3221. All right. Now we're moving ahead here. Going next to
Is that part 3?
part 2.
Part 2, I'm sorry.
2. We're going to corporation.
Good.
Corporation. Check this box.
Yes.
Document. Yep. Number 2. Number 3 is date incorporated, month, date, and year.
That should be on the document that they send you when they approve your articles.
Is that the top date up there?
Yes. Go ahead again.
March 2nd, 2022.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one they recognize you, right?
So it doesn't remember. It should be that's 3, or they want month date 03. 032 2022. 0322. That's the year 2002 on the 2nd. Month. The date 02. Or should that be 02? 02 02
See, I can't really see it. Let me see. It should be 02, and then the date, which is it was you approved? Hold on, you was approved on 03, right?
That's March. Yeah, March is March is 03. And on the 2nd, which is 02.
02, right.
2. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
03 02.
Good.
2022.
Good.
Gotcha. Got him now. Got it. That's what I was looking for. What else I'm looking for? Another time to say. Make sure. Covered state, covered Florida. Rider. Boom. Section. Hold on to check this box.
Yeah.
Boom. Check this box.
You pay attention.
And check this box 7.
Good. Now hit save. And you always want to do this because just in case you got to leave your computer. Now go back to the application.
No, go. Where am I going back to? Continue this form.
Yeah, hit continue this form. Hit continue to the form, right. See, now you know everything is saved. Now you can continue on with the application.
Oh, okay.
This is where you cut and paste your purpose statement.
And I'm cutting that from where?
From your articles of incorporations. If you look at your articles of incorporation, it's going to be a purpose statement. Are you looking at your articles?
Yeah.
I can't think. Should it be paragraph 3 or 4? It's going to be purpose.
Purpose. New Image Corporation is a nonprofit organization shall operate exclusively for educational charitable purposes within the meaning.
Keep going.
651c3 correspond revenue, the tax code, blah, blah, blah. Community Image Development Corporation purpose is to
There you go.
improve social, economic, and
There you go.
physical quality of life of residents in poor communities.
There you go. You always want to make it consistent with your following documents.
Got you. Okay. Image.
Oh, you don't have to say new image because they know who you are. They just want the purpose.
Oh, just put the purpose in there?
Your
Okay.
purpose, right? To whatever you do.
Is to
You just had it.
to improve social economic, improve the social, economic, and physical quality of life. Of residents. In poor communities. Got it. Okay. So let's see. About see. Charitable. No, and then number 2.
You write charitable.
My code. I gotta put my code in. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's right. Excellent. What's the code?
My code is S20.
Good.
S20.
Yeah.
Code is S20.
And what is the code? S20?
for nonprofit, I mean, for community development.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what that code is, show that you're doing community development as opposed to jobs, as opposed to senior programs. You're saying you're doing it all.
Yes. Charity for.
Right? Because when you get down, you're going to click the bottom box under 4 to say you're not doing any of those things.
None of those stuff.
That means you're not doing anything that would take your nonprofit away. Yeah, you put no to all of those. Good. Continue on.
Foundation classification is B.
Good.
What was number 1? Let me see.
What number 1 is what again? I'm looking at that. Read that for me. Number 1.
Number 1 is are you applying for recognition as of a church or a hospital?
No. Put down no.
Yeah, it's no.
Okay.
The numbers.
Good. Now you can hit continue.
Nothing for number 3. No, it's just
No, number 3 would be click. If you couldn't do A, B, C, then you would do number 3. But you did B, so you don't have to do number 3.
So I go to save.
No, go to continue.
Just go to continue.
Yeah, because you say the main part of it. Okay, now click down, click and I declare. On the signature.
I don't need to check nothing in number 5.
No. That box is if you were revoked and you want to get your status redone again.
Okay, none.
You're applying as a new applicant. So you can go down and click that.
Go down to part 6.
Yeah, click that. Your name. Okay, now, for some reason, did you put E down? Try, leave the E out and see what happens.
Okay, let's see.
Type Charles Smith. There you go. Bingo. Now hit save. Okay, and this is where I drop off at. You go back into the application, and this is where you put in your financial information. They're gonna ask you, how do you want to pay? You put down credit card, you put in your credit information, and then you hit submit.
So I click this form again.
Yeah, you click that form again, but I'm gonna close out because I don't want your financial information. But then keep on going, and you see what I'm talking about. Keep on, click again. Click again. Click again.
Continue.
Click again.
Continue. Right. Continue.
Right. And this is where they're going to bring you to how do you want to pay.
Oh, okay.
This is why that's why I'm signing out, so you can put it in your personal information.
Okay, I get it too.
Okay, let me see if I can sign out. I'm going to leave now.
Okay.
So you can put in your personal information. Let me see, how do I get out of this? Hold on 1 second. Let me try to figure out how I get out of this. Give me 1 second before I can you send it back to me? Hold on, let me see, because I'm trying to. Let's see if it's going to let me close out. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let's stop this. Okay, I'm out of here now. You complete that right there. I don't see your screen now. Now you can go in and put in your financial information.
Okay.
Okay, and then what's going to happen once you do that, you make a payment. Then it's going to be submitted, and that means you're in the process. It's going to take anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks in order to be approved. That's a good thing, because if you tried last year, it would have been anywhere from 3 months to 6 months.
Wow.
So now they broke it down. Normally it's within 3 weeks, but they say 3 to 6 weeks. So yeah, you can go ahead and put that information, because I can't see your screen anyways. I just don't want to see your financial information. So type in all that stuff so I don't see your financial information, and then submit it. Now next class, it's going to be on how do you market the nonprofit.
Okay. Card number. 1
And
second.
you should be able to do that. And that's the beauty of it. Like sometimes you might want me to see something. All you gotta do is hit share, and then your computer come up.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, we can hit multi-share and we can start working on the document together.
That's what I'm talking about.
So there's so many things you can do. Now make sure your organization at some point get a subscription to Zoom,
Okay.
the professional one, right? Now
Okay.
you connect. Oh, let me let you put the information in first.
Okay. Okay.
Then I'll tell you about the site that I want you to go to in order to get the software at dirt cheap prices for your nonprofit.
Okay. Expiration date is 08. Excuse me. Previous return. Review and submit, right?
What happened?
No, I'm just making sure I put everything in there.
Okay.
Okay, let's hit review and submit. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I'm doing the wrong code here. Image, email, CC, you may have multiple email addresses. Nope, that's the image. CDC 2001, 2002. Authorized, the charge my account, of course, with the card issuing agreement. Boom. Submit payment. Bam. Processing. Your security, we recommend you close your browser when you complete your payment. Your payment is complete.
Good,
Confirmation email sent to.
good, good. It should be an email in your e-box.
Okay. So now I can come out of this,
Yeah,
sign out. And sign out of this whole thing, X out of that. Now I'm back to Zoom. What am I? And what do I do with this Zoom? How do I get back to you? Where am I looking at you at?
oh, you don't need to get back to me because well, you should have came back to the regular screen. It should be just me and you, our pictures.
Yeah, let me see here.
But you can hear my voice though, right?
Yeah, I can hear your voice.
Good. So the other thing you want to do is, and I'm gonna send you a link to go to what's known as TechSoup. TechSoup is a nonprofit that acts as a clearinghouse.
Okay.
They get all of the softwares from the major corporations, like Adobe, like Microsoft, Zoom. And because you're a nonprofit, they will give you a dirt cheap price. For example, if you was getting, I got the professional version of Zoom. If I was to go on an open market, I'd be probably paying at least $150, $160.
Wow.
Because I'm a nonprofit, I think I'm paying $60 a year, somewhere in that neighborhood. But that's only part of it. Once you sign up, I want to get so you can get all the latest software on your computers related to operating your nonprofit.
Okay.
Now, what do you use Apples or do you use PC?
I got an Apple.
You got Apple?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what's the latest version of, do you have MS Word on your Apple?
It should be on here.
You want, because you want to definitely get the most recent version. It's called 360.
360. I think yeah.
Yeah, 360?
I believe so. Where would I find that information at?
Should be on your computer. Should be one of your icons. There's no icon on the first panel saying MS Word document. See, I can't see your computer, so I don't know.
Yeah, they got pages on here. They do pages and numbers and Keynote and iTunes and
when you what word processor do you use to type your documents?
Oh, Pages.
The name of the document is called Pages?
Yeah, it's in Mac computer have their own kind of thing when you type in documents and you create your pages in a thing called Pages. Yeah, Pages.
Oh, okay. Well, you can get the latest version of that.
Okay.
If you haven't got the latest version, that's just one example. Do you have Adobe? The Adobe family?
No, I want
that. Get that. With the Adobe family, you can do your own videos, edit everything you need. You can all that video equipment with Adobe. Adobe is all about photos, videos, you name it. Normally, this site I'm going to send you will pay probably about $400 or $500 in order to get the family for Adobe. But because you're a nonprofit, I think you're paying under $100.
What?
But first, I want you to register with TechSoup, and then we're gonna go and show you all the software that you can get.
Gotcha.
Everything I got on my computer is the latest software.
Wow.
And the only reason why, because I can go to TechSoup and get it at a discount rate.
Okay.
So anything, well, two things that you learned today, even though it's about the application.
How to put that application together on the easy
Good.
form, how to fill all that out, how to
Good.
find that the classification code.
Good. Good.
S20.
Right. That's the most important thing. Most people put in the wrong code.
Yes,
they start doing stuff, and then I say, hold on, you're not supposed to be doing this. They say, no. Now you got to go stop what you're doing. We submit to IRS just to change your code, and that could be months.
Wow, just to change the code.
Yeah, man. That's why I tell people, get it right first time. Because trying to get that straightened out with IRS, a simple thing, right? They take a year to straighten it out, right? You got to complete a form, you got to send a form to them, and they say, we'll get to you when we get to you, right? So that's why you wanted to the extent possible, get it right the first time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So next week, we're going to be talking about how to use the software to market your nonprofit. Let me see if I can bring this up here. I might be able to do a quick one here. So what do you see on your computer?
Photos, response, center, nonprofit.
Good. So I paid I think $60 in order to get people interested in an event that I was giving. Now, with that $40 that I paid, I've been able to connect with people in 45 different states and 3 different continents. I'm saying that because when we meet the next time, I'm gonna talk about how to use social media as a mechanism to bring in attention to your organization. Now I got an event coming up. You remember that event you came to the last time?
Yeah.
How to pop it, nonprofit, how to fund it?
Yeah.
Now look how many people is gone to this next one I'm giving. It's 195 and already over 893
people interested.
And guess what? Not to the 28th. So you can imagine what those numbers will look like.
Did you do this in what's that back office kind of thing of Facebook?
No, I did it on Facebook. Let me show you. Let me show you how you do it when you're on Facebook. Well, let me show you some other stuff maybe. So I'm showing you to show you a couple of things, because when you do it through Facebook, not only do you get the total number of people, and you do have to pay, right? But it breaks it down how many people responded, and more importantly, it lets you know how many people responded over a period of time, right? Yeah. But look at this. You even know what is the average age, gender, everything. Gender. And notice here, they're giving that information of the people that responded to my How to Start a Nonprofit. 81.8% of females. Wow. 18.2 men. So let's go on and do some more in-depth research. Wow. And breaking it down again, we get the age, and we get the men. And not only that, this is what's most important. Now you can break down who is your target population. Now, when you look at this right here, what group has the most? Wow, age 35 to 44. Right. So what this tells me is that as I begin to reach out, related to my nonprofit class, I need to focus on those females, because we say 74% females who are in that age bracket of 35 to 44. Middle-aged women. The next group is from 25 to 34. And then finally, the last group is 45 to 54. That means now I know who to market to instead of just trying to market to everybody. Yes, sir. And that's what that's what Facebook does to you when you place a ad. So let's continue on. Because it should break down where people are from. Notice here, I'm reaching international. Let me hit insight.
It tell you the countries they from.
Oh yes, because when you know how you register for class?
Yes.
When you register for class, Facebook get that. And it let you know, hey, look, somebody registered from Florida. Hey, somebody registered from, no, this is not the one I want. Hold on, let me go back here. So you can see Nigeria, South Africa, the United Nations,
Police.
yeah, but it's 8 other countries that I couldn't put on here that also responded to my advertisement. Again, I'm trying to emphasize, we're going to talk about social media next week in depth, how you can use a little bit of money and get a lot of people to draw their attention.
Oh man, that's powerful.
Okay, yeah, that's it right there. There's one that shows you the number of, it should have been one that shows you the number of people that apply from the different cities, but I don't have that here. But you can see right here, this gives you a wealth of information related to that. Let me see. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show for today. We're gonna go in depth next week.
Gotcha.
Show how to get people drawn to you by using social media, and how you can get craziness.
Wow.
I'm not even going to be able to accommodate everybody that's going to participate in the 28th class because I can only take 100.
On a Zoom class.
I also have an option of going over to, I also have a GoToMeeting.
Okay.
If I use GoToMeeting, I can go up to 250.
Okay.
And I also have what's known as Microsoft Team. If I use Microsoft Team, I can go up to 450. So that means I don't have to turn anybody away.
I went to a conference last year that was like a virtual conference where they teach you how to put on virtual conferences. And I think that one of the things I think they was teaching about how to build these virtual groups and that kind of stuff. And like some of these cats is doing 1,000, 2,000 people at their virtual conferences and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm predicting that by November, I'm going to have at least 800 people attending my workshops. 800 attending my workshop because I built it using Facebook.
Okay.
So yeah. So you're right. Those guys, see, that's the secret. I found out the secret that they have. But guess what? I don't pay as much to get people to come to my platform. I just got a strategy I use.
Okay.
And they spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I spend like $60.
Wow.
And
wow.
I got like 9 different states. I mean, got 9 different countries. Remember the last one you attended? I had people from Canada there. I had people from all over. You know, now I can boast of having people in Africa, the Netherlands,
yes,
Latin America, and the Middle East.
Wow, that's powerful.
And that's where it all came from. The strategy using Facebook. Because the Facebook will find that audience once you pay them.
Yeah.
See, when you put a free one on there and you ask yourself why nobody coming, because Facebook don't promote it unless you pay it. And I've been telling people, don't be cheap. Money makes money.
Money makes money.
If you're on Facebook just for entertainment and in social media, don't pay. But if you want to make money, money makes money.
Yes, sir.
You know? And if you want, because Facebook will find that audience.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what it is, right? You know, no matter what it is.
They used the same Facebook and they went back to the back page and the manager and they built a audience, and then Facebook copies that and creates an audience and lets you market to an audience that's case specific to what you're doing.
Exactly. That's why when I get so many people, because when I do my target audience, when I put down the target group, I put in what was that, 35 to 45.
Yeah.
So they will select that group to get in front of their eyes.
Yes,
so
sir.
Yeah, you go through the back door when you start to put it together. They ask you when you do it, what group do you want to focus on? You can say general, or you can say people of faith, or you can say females or males, whatever the case might be. It'll build that around that, and it'll target that specific population. What people generally do, they just put for the general population.
Yeah.
So I say you're wasting your money. Specific. First, learn who your target population is, and then target that population. And like I said, it never wins. That's why every time I get class, it builds up to capacity, because I've identified who is it that's watching my work. And what Facebook would do, they would let you know the number of times a person click on it.
Yes.
The number of times they reviewed it. The number of times they might have left an impression, like or not like. You got all that information in front of you.
That's right.
Necessary to make that choice of spend least and get the most.
That's right. That's right.
That's why I tell folks, spend least but get the most.
Yes,
and again, I got organizations that's been around way longer than me. Like they got this organization called, have you ever heard of Tampa Leadership?
I have heard of that.
Leadership?
I think I have.
I can't think of the name. Anyway, they provide supposed leadership for the Tampa, Florida, in the county.
Mm-hmm.
And they consist of, I don't know, I think they got about 10 to 15 staff people. Got a big building, and they still can't touch me. You see what I'm saying? They can't touch me because my marketing strategy. You know, my marketing strategy. When I put my numbers against them, I leave them way behind.
Wow. Way
behind. Because I tell folks, it's not about how many staff you got. It's the way you market it.
You got to market it.
Who eyes you getting in front of.
Yes, sir.
You see who eyes you getting in front of. So yeah, that's definitely one of my competitors. And I just leave them behind all the time.
Wow.
All the time, because I figured out, man, what the strategy is in order to get people to really, and when you go to those schools, those media things that they tell you to go to, man, they charge you thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
They do. When I figured it out, I said, no, I don't got to go to nobody. I figured it out. And I was playing with Facebook. I said, oh, I see. These boys are bad. They will click anything you want. And once I learned that, I say, bam. And a lot of people will go to a conference and they will charge them 10, 15,000. Now it's worth it because they're going to get those numbers. However, they could have did it the simple way, kept that 15,000 and still got the numbers.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, look, I kept you long enough today. We went way past our normal time.
Oh, man.
And I apologize, but I definitely wanted to get into that Facebook thing. This to show, man, how if you use Facebook, you can bring in the numbers.
I appreciate that.
You definitely, because I'm saying it because I want you to use that same strategy for your what's the name of your video?
Pure Language Media Network.
Yeah, that's how you get the people. That's how you market it, and you'll bring the people to it. Especially when you start your workshop on how to use different videos and what have you, and you put it online, you talk to who it is that you need to go to, and you step back, and people are going to start signing in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right there.
So
Yes,
anyway, I'm out of here for the day. To the next time, be safe. If you need me before then, get in contact with me by way of email, tests, or whatever those other things. But have a good one.
Do the same thing, my brother.
Congratulations. Now you ready. You're waiting for your paperwork and you'll be a 501c3. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. Talk to you next time.
All right, bro. Talk to you later.